All right, on number 5, we got to zoom out a little bit. So it asks, what is the slope of the line? Remember, slope is always given as a ratio of rise over run. It's your y values over your x values. So what we need to do is first find the points. Well, crosses here, crosses here. If they're not already written in there, you're going to have to look to where the vertical lines cross the horizontal lines, and those will be your points. This one, it goes up 1, and it goes over 1, 2. So it's got a rise of 1 and a run of 2, which would be a slope of 1/2, which is A. All right, here's number 6. It says a line graph is, a line segment is graphed in the coordinate grid. Then it asks, what is the slope of the line segment? So we go from -6, -2 to 6, 6. And both those points are labeled. So you could do this two ways. You could either count rise over run, or you could find the slope using the slope formula. So let's count rise over run. Let's see what we get. So it goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now I'm in line with it. So I know my top number is 8. It goes over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 8 over 12. Now, we can reduce it. Both of those divide by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So this is a slope of 2/3. If you want to check it, you can use a formula, or we could go up 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3, and make sure we hit a spot every time. 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3, and so on. All right, number 7. The data is represented by a linear equation. That's important because we know that the slope is constant for every linear equation. Now it says if the line was graphed, what would be the slope of the line? Well, on a table, we can find the slope by getting the change in y over change in x. So the change in y, from 2 to 1, it goes down 1. 1 to 0 goes down 1, and it keeps going. X's, 1 to 2, it goes up 1. 2 to 3, it goes up 1. So we've got a rise of -1 over a run of 1, which -1 divided by 1 is -1. So it's B. Now 8 asks, what is the slope of a line that passes through these points, -4, 2, and 6, 8? Well, this time they just gave you 2 points. Now, yes, if you really want to, you can graph it. You can find the slope by doing the rise over run. You could even come over here, put it on this graph, because it's got all the points labeled. But that may take some time. Let's just use our slope formula. The slope formula, remember, is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I'll make sure you have a formula chart on the test. Even though you're doing that online, I'll send a digital copy of that. So y2 is going to be 8 minus y1, which is 2, over. Sorry, I forgot to label my points, and I've been telling you guys to do it. So I start out with my y's on top. Now x's go on bottom. x2, which is 6, minus x1, which is -4. 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 minus -4 is 10. 6 over 10 reduces down to 3 over 5, which is G. Let's see if we can get one more in here. Number 9 asks, what is the slope of the line determined by the points 5, 2, and 0, -1? Now this time I'm going to start out by labeling my points. The first one is x1, y1. The second one is x2, y2. Now I'll use my formula again. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2 is negative 1, y1 is 2, so minus 2 over x2, which is 0, minus x1, which is 5. Negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3. 0 minus 5 is negative 5. Negative divided by a negative is a positive, so this is positive 3 over 5, which is answer D. If you ever see a negative divided by a negative, just flip the sign, change it to positive. I'm going to put 10, 11, and 12 on part 3.